This reading started off in a weird way. I have got to restart it. I heard false starts, some sort of energy like that. Now, for preference, if you're showing up over here, there's going to be a longer sort of space for this. I'll tell you about it at the end if you're interested, but welcome. We're going to be diving into some really potent energy that has been present. I've been really taking my time to sit with the energies. My modality of connecting to the collective is shifting and changing, and I am just honoring that ultimately. There is genuinely, you have, oh, I heard like the false starts, right? You've had enough of those. And now I think they're having me reframe that word. I feel there is a part of you that is in this space where you are assuming that what is happening in your life right now is a false start. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. It could be if your brain continues to program it that way, but it doesn't have to be, okay? It doesn't have to be. This Queen of Cups energy, hold it up here. Got my hair on it for you guys. This is what you've been embodying. And it's this fullness of emotional experience. It's really leaning into our Cancer energy of this Cancer season that's coming up. I'm hearing full-bodied emotional expression. And the thing about water, right? And this is something that we're really going to kind of carve into. The thing about water is water has this ability to take on different shapes and forms depending on what's around it, what it pours itself into, what it connects with emotionally, how people speak to it, right? That can change its crystalline structure. And that's where this message is leading into, of this depth of awareness around who you surround yourself with. I have these other cards that came out this morning, and I've been really sitting with them. We have Seeing the True You. What's very interesting about this card specifically is that when I was in 7th grade, I was doing a project and I painted a woman just like this, reaching into a pond, reaching for a lotus. Red hair, reddish brown hair. I know I have it somewhere. Maybe I'll share it with my inner circle if you're watching this, comment. And if anybody's interested in the inner circle, it is a deeper container of the work that I do. We meet on new and full moons. We have a beautiful collective energy that just keeps pouring into each other. That's just really actively moving through the work and allowing themselves to be held in the process of that. So if you're interested, we have 7 more spots, I believe. So you can find that where you can find links, okay? With Seeing the True You, and then we have What is Already in You. Seeing the True You really speaks into this experience of understanding that you are not what people say you are. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. We're going to read it. This is card number 29. The number 29 could be significant. Sometimes we believe that others will tell us what we are, as though the self we see reflected back to us is us through their eyes is truth. Yet, the accuracy of our reflection depends on the clarity of that which is doing the reflecting. If the receiver forms an opinion about what is being perceived, then what is reflected back to us will, at best, be distorted. It is not necessarily through ill will, it is just the mechanics of the situation. Even the moon reflects the sun in varying degrees of fullness and clarity. We can learn something from the nature of the sun and the moon, but not as much through direct perception. This oracle comes to you because you have been putting rather too much faith in the reflections of others that others have in you, to the point that you might not be honoring all that you are and all that you are becoming because you believe too little of yourself. There may be those around you who are able to reflect you more faithfully and even help you see more of your greatness and beauty. These are souls blessed with an inner stillness in the clear waters of their ocean of consciousness, and you can come to recognize yourself with a clear perception. However, there are those who have not tended to their own ocean and are unable to be still enough to genuinely receive and reflect your light back to you. There is no judgment here. Each takes the path of self-healing that is available and appropriate at any given time. However, to attempt to see the magnificence of the sun and a very partial moon doesn't make too much sense. Mic drop. Because really, like truly, you by the way, we're just gonna the sun. The sun. You guys genuinely have this bright, I heard voluminosity, illuminosity, this voluptuous energy, Queen of Cups, like, and there is this feeling of like, oh, I heard, who do I pour myself into? For what do I pour myself into? And with the card, what is already with you? There's no clearer answer here in this reading. We're going to dive a lot deeper. There's a lot more threads that want to be connected in this, and we're going to weave them together. Thank you guys for joining me here. I feel really honored, and I just want to hug you. Let me know if you guys are snacking on anything, if you got a drink, what you're doing. What are you doing right now? Some of you are on the toilet. I feel like over here, those are toilet people. Okay, so Spirit is having me unfold this reading in such a way that it's a deeper invitation, and I heard invocation, for you to return back to yourself. You are looking. Whoa. I heard you are looking back at yourself through the eyes of others. There are still parts of you that are, oh, I heard like being discriminatory of your own energy and your capabilities, strength reversed. There is still, we're hooking in. Okay, we got the thread. Literally, they just showed me a parasite in your brain. Yoink, we're going to talk about that, okay? Because majority of you is very like cleansed and clean and clear and like emotionally sound, where you've gotten to a purification of your own energy that you are being discerning about who gets access to you, who's pouring into you, and you pouring into them, okay? So let's dive deeper into that. Tell me about this parasitic. Oh, and I heard the parasympathetic nervous system. There, yeah, something about slowing down, about relaxing, about feeling safe. Oh, it is such an interesting space that you've moved into, because really you're in this space of like deep self-trust, and that is new. And I feel like it's your body that's the sort of last piece. So I know it's the parasympathetic. I can't say it. Parasympathetic. I know I got an email about I went to an event last night and they were talking about it. Breath work. Double inhales. Guided breath stuff. Okay. Anyways, random. But breath work, breath work, breath work. Okay. Different deck. To talk about this sort of parasitic, this parasite in you. Tell me about it. What is this last little thread that is keeping collective from actually taking action? There really is this like moment. Oh God. Where'd it go? Oh God. Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. If you are still here over on this device and you want to actually move into this, it's going to be on YouTube. So come join us over on YouTube. I love you guys. My readings are open if you're interested and you want to dive deeper. That still applies to you guys here too. Love you. I like being here on YouTube because I can be a little bit more deep, a little bit more intentional, a little bit more, I don't know, less restrained by 10-minute timelines. I'm really tired of things telling me when to start and when to stop. Okay. So, this parasite that we have present within you, we have dissolution and androgyny. These two coming out together is very interesting to me because it's almost this is interesting. Because of the Queen of Cups, that is the energy. Oh my gosh. And then we have alchemical wedding. Okay. This is so interesting. Ah, I love when the readings just like connect in this profound way. And it's all making sense in my head now. It's my time to articulate it to you. So, yeah, I'm taking my time. AC just kicked on. Yeah, relaxing, surrendering. You have always been the thing to like kickstart your energy. You've always been self maintained and always I heard like self-generated, like you built yourself from the ground up. You've done it. You've done it. You've done it really well too, by the way. This dissolution and androgyny card is like your identity, and the way it's showing up for me is if you think of like a helix, right? The DNA strand and or like the kundalini energy wrapping together. You've been at a point of like conjunction where they're crossing over, but now they're separating. Again, your feminine and masculine are separating in a new way. It's not a bad thing. There is this need for separation so that they can come back together. This separation is for you to actually really see them as parts of a whole. Right now you've been operating in a very unified, like a unified front is what I heard. Like you have been operating very like in flow and both of those operating together, but now there is this emphasis on the Queen of Cups. And the way this is moving through with the alchemical wedding at the bottom is that source wants to provide for you something outside of you to show up and be that. And right now it is source. Source feels as though they are playing the role of the masculine in your life by giving you opportunities for you to intuitively move into, showing you things, drawing things into your energy field, right? Because they want you to master your manifestation and to trust what's already within you. And they're really emphasizing, they're showing like the timeline of your life where it's like, it's going to continue to move and change. I heard just when you think you've got it, it's changing, right? It's going to be changing into different things. So I hope this is making sense. For some of you, this does feel like business partnership or another person coming in to hold the energy for you, that container, a mentor, a friend, a lover, somebody outside of you holding you so that you can do some deeper work in this space. So you have the space to do the creative things where it's not, this is so freaking fantastic. And I love it so much because really there's this, and you guys might be having neck pain too. Like holding your head up, like there's so much exhaustion. Ooh, wow, guys, it's intense. um it's funny, I keep getting these hits and then I'm not talking about them, so let's talk about it. Thank you for your patience, as always, as we're diving into these readings. This is why I like being on this platform. It feels more authentic to my gifts and how they're moving and changing. So thank you. And thank you for liking, subscribing. For those of you who have joined the Afterlight, which is my memberships here on YouTube, thank you. We'll probably end up diving into another thread with this reading in an extended as well. So if that does happen, if it doesn't, there's other extendeds there too. There is something inside of you that wants to take form, but it needs a bigger container that you literally cannot hold yourself, because up until this moment, right, you have been self-created. It's been you doing like the little steps and then creating the new foundation. It's literally, I'm seeing like a little character in Minecraft. Like it's just been you, like your schedule, your sleep, your rest, your own stuff. And it's like I'm seeing you like build the house and then sleep. And then you go and gather stuff and gather more supplies, and then you expand the house and you take that one down and you build it again. And the house is representing a new container for you to expand and grow into. But it's just you. If there was another person there helping, double the stuff or double the fun. Or double stuffed, like a double stuffed Oreo. Like there's more goodness that gets, come on. Team double stuffed Oreo. Come on. If you're not, my channel's not for you. I'm just kidding. Unless. Okay. So, wow. First off, wow. And this is that edge that I've been feeling with this reading, is this Queen of Cups, where you are so good at being like the one emotionally in charge, the one holding and holding and holding. And I just feel this like protective arms wrap around you. Oh, I'm going to get something. Hold up. I got my book finally for my book club. I've been reading the PDF, but I really wanted the physical version of this book. Complete Works of Florence Scovel Shinn. Florence Shinn. I want to talk about the long arm of God. Insert God with whatever you believe it to be. Now, she does break down the Bible, the long arm of God. Have you ever felt the relief of getting out of a negative thought form? Perhaps you've a built up thought form of resentment until you are always boiling with anger about something. You resent the people you know, the people you don't, and the people in the past and the people in the present, and you may be sure that people in the future won't escape your wrath. All the organs of the bodies are affected by resentment. For when you resent with every organ of the body. You pay the penalty with all these really intense things, right? Where was the one thing that I had highlighted? This space is really about surrendering into the container of spirit of the universe. I'm not sure why I got so distracted by that, but maybe you have to follow those threads to understand some of these pieces for yourself individually. It's a really good book. Love it. Been loving it. You've been practicing manifestation at such a beautiful degree that it's now time for like you to actually allow yourself to have things be met. What is already with you? This parasite that we were talking about, this last thing, is like you actually allowing other people to come in and help you, to allowing yourself to be held by something other than yourself. For some of you, that might be your spare team. For some of you, it might be community, right? If you feel that call to join my inner circle, I would love the honor to hold you deeper. For some of you, it's relationship, right? With the alchemical wedding at the bottom, like it's just a moment of expansion for you. And it's going to usher you into this new iteration of who you are ultimately. And it's like you there I feel like I keep skirting around this. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like there's a lot of frustration because it's just on the tip of your tongue too. Like this thing that wants to be created, but it can't be created without the like other, right? What is the point of creating if we don't have another person to receive? And your creative idea right now needs a bigger container. It needs somebody else to hold you in this process, to let you share and reflect and vent and whatever you need. It doesn't have to be those bigger things, but there is this bigger desire for, I heard like, you can't raise this on your own, like your child, like this child, this, now I heard, what child is this who lay to rest? Oh, yeah. We have the Drowned King, the Fog, the Virgin's Milk, Blood, and Tin. This is very interesting because these two are totally giving me the like the actual like energy of Kundalini, right? The blood and then the like magical substance, Virgin's Milk, the white substance, right? And Fog and the Drowned King, whoa, where is that taking us? Against nature. Oh. Am I reading that right? Yeah. Some of y'all are like, I don't need no man. Whew. And I say that in like whatever like counter partnership that you're looking for. Fog, the Drowned King, against nature, and lightning coming out, my friends. Y'all. This deeper thread of this parasite is that you feel that your inner masculine is strong enough to carry you through everything. They need a rest. They need to rest. They've gotten you this far, and there's a new version of them that will move through on the other side of this, but there is a need for a witnessing of another masculine energy for you. This doesn't have to be a man. This can be people outside of you. It could be other women holding space for you, or other men holding space for you, or other, it's the other, but it's masculine energy. Like, you need a container. For some of you, this might be going back to school. For some, like, there is this higher level of like stepping into something that's going to hold this new version of you while you're in the birth process. Your masculine is exhausted. I heard like, and like the Drowned King, he's like in this, like he's been drowning in the waters of your feminine right now. It's not a bad, that I thought that was the Queen of Cups. It's not a bad thing. They're just literally like, she's like, I'm taking the reins right now. I need you to trust. I need you to rest because you're going through this crazy process and I'm going to hold. And so, but she doesn't have the capacity to do that for long term. It's only for a little bit. So there's this deeper desire. And then with the blood and Virgin's Milk and Tin, this is a entirely new alchemical start that is happening for you in your journey. With spring, it's like a brand new start. This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. You know, when they were filming that, random sidebar, that lodge that they were in, that was a part of a school I went to. I'm so cool. And then we have abundance. Like, literally, guys. It's so wild because I feel like this is the same reading I've been giving for the past like 2 weeks. So when are you going to accept the fucking help or ask for help? Tell me more about this new alchemical process, Spirit. This new iteration, this new alchemization that's happening. I want to know about your masculine energy. Okay. Integration. Yeah. They're moving through integration. Now tell me about the feminine energy. Yeah, your masculine's like literally deep in like, oh, the way that I've done it up until this point, it's not sustainable. So I need to go back to the drawing board and figure something new out. But he's being faced with his stories around like not being enough. And I'm saying him and I'm meaning you. Like, where you're still like, I'm not enough. Like, this isn't good enough. Like, it needs to be bigger and better. But like, actually, your feminine's actually the one that's consoling your masculine and saying like, you are enough. And there's, tell me about the feminine. Hello. There she is. Grounding. And then we have perception. I really feel that your masculine and feminine have kind of like done a little like swapped roles a little bit in different ways, but this is showing you how relationships work. The masculine is not supposed to be the one holding it down all the time. They need to be held too. Like, it really is like you're seeing like this really wild experience within you at such a profound level. I want to know about this next alchemization for you, this alchemy that is moving through. The darkening. This, by the way, the darkening, it's always this card where people are like, we're going into the dark. Let me read the darkening for you guys. You guys just relax. Give me a like while you're at it. This could be the start of something new. And that's funny because we have the lightning, which is the lightning card. Your masculine is like, I've made it. I'm good. I did it. And then he's like being met with this, like the alchemy is like, oh, fuck. I got to learn a thing or two. It's kind of like, it's this energy of like mastering a skill. And then you being around other masters and being like, oh, I'm being humbled because you've actually chosen and are choosing to now finally step into spaces that challenge you, that aren't just spaces that say you're doing good, you're great, you're the one everybody looks up to. You're now stepping into spaces of people that are actually moving through very similar things. The darkening, this is depth, readiness, and churning. In alchemy, the darkness is an achievement. That's what you're moving into. It indicates the material has been through significant occurrence, sometimes called an initiatory experience, that has brought it into a state of readiness for the work. The darkness prepares us. We've moved beyond the small talk and the chit chat to the upper world and descended into the psychic layers of the soul. That's where I feel like your masculine is going through an ego death. Oh, that's crazy. It just jumped from my hand and it landed on top of my fan. Spirit's like, he needs to cool out. It's overheating. And so they've taken him to the bottom of the ocean. Who are you when you can't do anything? Who are you when you're just receiving? Receiving help, receiving love, receiving everything you asked for. And it's almost like he's just fighting it. He's like, no, I must produce something. I must do something to be worthy of all the things coming in. Yeah. And I want you to follow that thread a little bit deeper of like, who did that come from? That narrative. Where is that in your natal chart? For some of you, it would be beautiful to sit with me and have me dive into your natal chart. We can move through these threads, these themes, and different layers of your soul, who you are, what you came here to do. If you feel that call, my readings for July are open. We admit who we are fully and bravely, and thus open ourselves to the process of transformation. When this card appears, it's not necessary to dive into what has brought you here, the initiation, likely by fire, that has caused the embers to char. Rather, it's time to heal, and the darkness is the remedy. Remedy. Closing your eyes is a voluntary expression of the darkening. By practicing it daily, we drop into the depths of surrender. As the alchemist's eye adjusts, transformation begins. You are moving through a new season of your life, is what this is all sharing. You keep looking outside of you for all these answers when they're just right here within. There is a deep need for rest and being held by others, as like you're nearing a birth is what this feels like energetically. And like your mask, it's kind of, I'm now seeing like the husband, like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Let me do improve. And the woman's like, just hold me. Just hold me. You don't need to do anything. Okay. And that's new. And I feel like that's just a new, and all of this, I'm talking about these archetypes, like this is all happening to you on a deeply internal level. Let's get one more card to wrap this up. I knew it. I was thinking about your Saturn placement. Take a peek at your Saturn in your natal chart. Comment, where's your Saturn? What sign? And synchronicity. Saturn signs, Saturn symbols. It's getting real parched. Saturn is not here to punish you. It's actually fortifying your energy in the way that you really, really actually want to move into the world. This version of yourself is just on the other side of this surrender. Truly. It's like, yeah, you're in this deep rest seasons. You're in a winter season right now, which feels weird because it's summertime. And there's a part of you that's like, I should be doing and being expressed. And it's like, no, rest. Let others hold and tend to you and tend to the fires for you. I heard you've done enough. For some of you, you might need to re-listen to this reading a couple times because there was a lot of threads that happened in this reading, okay? As I said, that the Raven's head comes out. That means listen to Izzy when she says something, so that like you might need to listen to this a couple times. I'm gonna inquire about like going into an extended. What's this extended? Would you like me to go into an extended? Whoa. That was like half the deck. No. Nope. No extended. Okay. It was weird. The card was like back to back. This is complete. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.